we're looking at today. Well, we're going to look at Crushed Velvet, a vanilla stout with real Madagascar vanilla bean, not the fake stuff. This is from Falling Knife Brewing Company, 783 Harding Street, Northeast Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it weighs in at 7.4%. And it's in a really big can, and it was a 4-pack. So, you know what that means. Right off the bat, I'm not seeing, it's not sneaking up on me in carbonation. Oh, there it goes a little bit. Okay, Crushed Velvet. This expected to see Prince on the cover. Definitely kind of a licorice-like smell. Cheers. Tastes better than it smells. That's always good. Unless it's a fart. So, I'm on the I wish I could make this a little smaller. The screensaver. What? Yeah. Mike evidently needs to borrow the Wi-Fi for a moment. I think I gave him the right password. He'll figure it out. Or will he? Yeah, let him figure it out. So I'm still a little bit on the not wanting to fully commit for work, but I'm using it in the evening. See, that is one thing I do like, with the exception that some things, you know, you can just pop the sim out, pop it in the old one, and who cares if I drop it and wreck it more versus that. But okay, so bottle ship. You know, I didn't specifically say this, but yes, this is bottle ship. In other words, I created. There's 30 bottles. There's 30 bottles in play, so that meant that I had to create. Can't show you that. Can't show you that one. That would be bad. That would like I'd be like drunk. Everybody could just gang up. What I have is one battleship. That's five. That's five spots to destroy that. You know, it's almost like I don't know how we do this, because let's just say Din Scourge powers away and he gets like four of the 5 on the battleship, and then Cobra just comes in and snakes and gets the, you know, you got one or the other, unless you're taking notes and someone started on one end and you realize that, you know, that kind of a thing. But it's almost like, it'd almost be fun to figure out a way, I mean, other than, you know, kudos, you know, yeah, we'll just go with kudos for right now. But if this turns out that it somewhat works, maybe get the bugs worked out of it, maybe figure out a way to, some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of reward thing or whatever for someone that's able to, I have no idea, this is all freaking new to me. But what I ended up, in order to have 30 bottles in play, I have one battleship, 5 spots. I have 4 4-spot ships, 3 3-spot ships, and then 2 that are 2. You maybe in the future I'll have 2 battleships and then just have like, like a dinghy. That's just one, and you take it out. But it's more fun. I mean, that'd be like a random thing versus, okay, you got, that's a hit. I remember having this game as kids growing up. It was they fold it open, and I remember when the electronic version came out, I was like, oh my god, that would be so awesome. But never got that far. So let the games begin. So yes, it is a full-on bottle ship with ships. Okay, so I'll put the decoy out. Okay, Mr. 27 had 2 comments that missed out on the last one. Did I make the Whiskey Club? No, you did not, but I'm hearting you today. Dr. Brew Bomi reviews. Hearting that one. Moving on. Patriot Ninja says, hey, being the first on the Bon Bon Milk Stout. Nihap says first, actually being second on the Bon Bon Milk Stout. Ninja says it's a tie. Harmar says congratulations, but you were second. Patriot Ninja says, hey again. Hey. Christine says hello. She thinks she's so smart. She was on her phone, and all of a sudden I heard the intro to the brew review, and I go, take it the brew review's live. She goes, yeah, I'm leaving a comment. Patriot Ninja said cheerio, Ms. Bomi. And Harmar says, hi, Ms. Bomi, how are you? Before I forget, as I've already stated, David Brown is going to be here on Locked and Loaded tomorrow. And I will have no promo to advertise on Fagbook because I'm in jail for posting the... here, I'd be more than happy to show it to you. I got... And Gunwild... I'm blaming Gunwild. I want to say I stole this from Gunwild, and he didn't get put in jail. Maybe a month ago? I put this up like a month ago. An Indian? I have Indian in my blood. I'm a hoe isn't a tribe. I'm a hoe. Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, it's like I forget, it's been weeks. I couldn't even tell you when. Broke community guidelines. Oh, really? For not having a sense of humor? What exactly? When did our world go to shit? It's like, what a bunch of baby-ass pansies. Hey, what's her name? Gifford? I don't remember what her first name is. You know the picture of her holding Donald Trump's severed head? I guess that, you can go find that on Twitter. No problem finding that. But I put up something that I think is funny. You don't have a sense of humor? Psst. Kiss my ass. Spawn money, I'm working really hard on no F-bombs, okay? And I think I have to thank Gunwild for this one too. It was such a hard decision of going with which one to use. I've got the one on the girl leaning off the back of the bike. I've got a whole bunch of, and I believe that in the last run all came from Big Jeff. I don't want to start a war, and because I know what happens, the phone just keeps going off for hours. I don't want to start a war, but I will always credit Big Jeff as having slightly more on the classy side when he does his barrage of uploads. Brad just puts up everything and anything, and I can use half of it. Most of the stuff Jeff puts up is pretty, like this, There's still something to be left to the imagination. Not much, but still some. And she doesn't look like she doesn't look like the Vice President of the United States, some two-bit hooker. 733-6478. Hashtag that. Gunwild. Fourth, bitches. And Harmarsh says, hi, Gunwild. And Gunwild says, hey, Harold. Rich says, cheers all. Rich. Smile Money says, wow, zer. Harmarsh says, top 10. Brad says, milk is good. Yep, straight from the udders, my favorite. Brad, one of my favorite babes on the big screen, too. Speaking of that, hang on, I got some important shit to do. I used Steve Schweitzer, a picture that Steve Schweitzer took. If you're friends with Steve on Facebook, this is just one of the most incredible pictures. It looks like it's been doctored, but he took it on his. Well, actually, I didn't ask him if maybe he did use a filter. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I didn't have to let Mike know what of the Wi-Fi's to use. He figured it out on his own. Beautiful. I thought he was just using it anyway. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. 7 days in Facebook jail for that. Christine, I have to admit, I see pictures from Brad. That one I can't show you. That one I can't show you. That one I can't show you. Okay, so Brett or Jeff, I have that one. Jeff, I saved that one. Jeff, I saved that one. I'm just trying to confirm, making sure I'm giving credit where credit is due. Jeff, I have to say, I didn't save that redhead. Maybe I should save that redhead. She just looks freaking nuts. But in this group, okay, what was I thinking? Yes, I should probably save her. I love the girl wearing the red dress, taking a sip of her drink and the view. Yep. This was from Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Back, put the screensaver on it, put it in that case. Of course, I'll have to, unless I just commit to it. If I commit to it, then I'm taking it to work tomorrow, but I wish there was a way that, other than always having to pop it out of the case and switch the SIMs, I really kind of like the idea of a work phone. I mean, what happened to my phone happened at work. Not saying that it can't happen at the house. One of my favorite X stories is Samantha was under the age of 18, so I still had to communicate with her. She had to call me one day and tell me that if there was any kind of an emergency, that I had to call the house because she didn't have her iPhone wasn't working anymore. And I'm like, oh really? What happened? She goes, I was taking a bath, and it was sitting on top of the toilet, and it rang, and it was in vibe mode, vibe and ring, and it went the ploosh. I mean, I feel bad. Should probably let it warm up just a little bit. It seems like one that the flavors would really get more intense as it warmed up. Harmarsh, more cowbell. Patriot Ninja says, he agrees indeed. More cowbell. You cowbell haters, you have 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I should get this fixed I should have add on it somewhere, red or not. We got to keep it in code. Maybe on this arm, put 733-6478. Someone asks, I'm like, I have no idea what that means. Patriot Ninja, more cowbell because. Oh my God. How about some Tibetan meditation gong or something here? Harmarsh, D4 for a shot. D4. See now. Okay, D4 is a miss. I'm just gonna put an H in there, Harmarsh. Just so that I can try to give, remember who had what. Smile Money. How many bottle ships do you have on the grid? If Cobra sinks a bottle ship, do you do a double shot? If some bottles cover 2 spaces, some 3, and the aircraft carrier 5 grid spots? Yes. Yes, Smile Money. Well, we went over. Yeah, I didn't see her. I could have waited, I guess, till this happened. But yeah, 1 5, the 4s, the 3, the 4, 1 5, 4 4s. Smile Money, damn it. Yeah, 3 4s, 1 5, 3 4s, 3 3 spot ships. See, I don't remember if they classified them as something special, but either way. 1 5, 3 of them that are 4, 3 of them that are 3, and 2 that are 2. Wow. What I should have done is I should have gone. See, I did this all wrong. Well, no, how would I went to be able? I would have had to add more bottles. 4 4s, 3 3s, and 2 2s. Never mind. And if someone sinks it, what the hell? What did I do? This is where I'm always. This is why I get paid the no bucks to think this shit up. If somebody is the person that sinks it, I'm gonna write their name down, and when the board is over, I'm gonna take the names that are in the can, and I'm gonna do a drawing. And give me some time. I'll figure out something that will go to the winner, or maybe. Like in the case, maybe a specialty gift. Like, say, if it's Cobra, if you sink one of the ships and your name goes into the can, and then I draw your name, maybe and I'll go on Amazon and buy you one of the Star Trek T-shirits. Something like some nice little thing. I mean, it's obviously I'm not made of frickin' money. I wouldn't be thanking my Patreon members just so I can go and then blow it all on some shit for Cobra. Just kidding, Cobra. But I do like that. If someone is the one that actually sinks the ship, and I put your name on a piece of paper and I throw it in the Millennium Cup, and when this battle is over, I draw a name out of there and I get somebody something. I like that. That was a great idea, Smile Money. Didn't Scourge, F7. Are they connected in lines like the battleship or just random? Connected. Connected just like the ships. F7. So I'll use a D for F7. F7 is a miss. Maybe I'll do a DS. I don't. See, David Brown could play. So I'll do a DS for Din Scourge. And okay, I'm I'm really liking this. This is just adding a more freaking time for how long these brew reviews take. Blue Healer. Blue Healer 260. Hey, Blue Healer, you know, do you want everybody else to know about your other channel? I'm actually kind of disturbing because, you know, the weather really sucks, and you look like you have quite a head of cattle. Plus, he made his last video on his other channel. I never know. I mean, I guess why would you have a channel? I mean, why would you start another channel? See, I don't know if it's cool. I mean, you could always comment with your other channel, and I'd go, hey, look for his other channel. But in your latest one over there, you said something about it's about time for some calving to happen, and you're planning on filming it. So if you're squeamish. Christine wasn't completely listening when I was watching the video. She thought maybe it was taking the cows in and making them into hamburgers, and I'm like, no, that's not what he said. Making little hamburgers. Smile money. I hear you read my comment and think I was drinking. Go back and double check you were drinking. B.E. is not read me. Okay, at least he's not drinking. JR10. JR10! The hell you be, my friend? With respects to the making of the katana, the visual pattern on the blade are not the result of the two different metals. See, now, I must not have explained myself or something, because in the process of scrolling and trying to find the end of all this, I saw you, I thinking Sharky was the other one. Now, I know when they make a sword, it's not two different kinds of metals. I was just saying that the knife, the dividend, looks like that. The dividend is two different ones. Now, I know when a master is making a sword, one of the things that really makes it for its strength is how many, and I think where they refer to that is bolting it. How many times has that metal been rolled and pounded, the heat cycles, and it gets to the point where these things are just vicious. And I'll read your thing, but that pattern, it's what they put on it that causes it to look different. It's all the same steel. I'll read your thing. Sometimes I suck at, I guess, at thoroughly explaining or whatever, but see, this is why talking is difficult enough. You should never have an in-depth conversation with anybody in the form of a text, because something as simple as "I love you" can even come off wrong in a text, like you're just being sarcastic. No, I'm not. Okay, the visual pattern on the blade are not the result of two different metals or etching. In swordsmithing, Hammond from Japanese, Hammond from Japanese, literally blade pattern is a visual effect created on the blade by the hardening process. The Harmon is the outline of the hardened zone. Zakabe, have a drink, okay. Which contains the cutting edge. This is usually accomplished during the swordsmithing process by putting clay on the outline of the Harmon on the blade before it is fired. Then the clay is removed and the Harmon is reviewed. Absolutely. You got a total of 4 thumbs up for that. See, Clyde, you're not the only one that knows shit. Okay? See, I rely on quite a few of you for this. Clyde, you're like an Encyclopedia Britannica walking. Wikipedia probably calls Clyde to ask him shit. But JR10, your wealth of information is exactly why I put shit out there. I've asked you a lot of stuff over the years. And I always cheers to knowledge, because, I'm not trying to come off as being sarcastic or whatever, because if you're not willing to learn, then you're willing to fall to the fate of whatever it is someday that you could have learned. Like, maybe you just materialize on Jeopardy. Just for instance. Sharky, beat me to it. Already wrote a comment, though. I'll let it ride. Unless it gets deleted. No, yours didn't get deleted. JR10 says, first time I have been first in a long time. Laugh out loud. Sharky says, laugh out loud. Then they hug and have a reach around. Harmarsh, well, how far into page 1 are you? Last night I texted him, turning page, ... page 2. He's like, there's just something wrong with you. Actually, as of this very moment, and I'm trying, David, I am trying my best. I'm trying my best to have the book done before tomorrow. I do not know how many chapters are in there. I know I am about 2/3 of the way through, and I believe I am on chapter 24. So I may not have completed the book by Locked and Loaded tomorrow, but as soon as this is done, this is, in all honesty, this is why we did not get together yesterday. Unfortunately, I fielded a few phone calls, and I'm just like, okay, I haven't talked to my good buddy and old friend Larry, who moved from Duluth to Florida, and the last 3 times that he called, something was going on, and I completely forgot to call him back because I'm a loser for a friend sometimes. And I'm like, I can't diss him again. So we ended up talking for a while, and I'm just like going. And then I read long past my bedtime. So I'm trying to get Alter Egos done. I have one of his original drafts that he gave to Christine, because Christine's cool, and why he's even coming on my show, I don't know. Should be fun though. I mean, it'd be cool if the people over in India could order it. We'll see if it's a record or not. I mean, hey, David's like, and I did. I asked John Solar if he could put the promo up a little early, and I don't know if it's just because he's still working on it or what, but David, I mean, obviously, if you have something that you can share, I mean, I'm not going to be able to share anything on Facebook because I'm in jail for just posting a funny meme. And the socialist, anti-American douche nozzles at Fagbook decided that I broke community guidelines by that picture I showed you. Oof. Jules is like, sorry to hear you're in jail. And I go, yeah, that's what happens when you're hanging with a bad boy like me. Frickin' Facebook jail. Clyde, top 20 whiskey and revolution for all. 7336478. I added that. I'm surprised it's not on there. Ben N, top 28. Hell yeah. Yeah. Ben, speaking of from India, I don't even know how that even started. I think Ben said hello from India in the chat room one time, and it stuck as a joke. Okay, so I can see it's not going to take long before this is gone. I mean, the really sad thing is, I was telling Larry, I said, if you can find Paul John, man, you have to get it. I did a search for it in my area, and there's like no one listed close. I don't understand, because I know that they had one of their products up at Mount Royal, but maybe he just got it through some distributor and it didn't count. But God, there's a few things in their lineup. I was looking at going, boy, like in their flagship. They have 3 different things in their flagship, and one of them is listed as smoky and peaty. Hey, let's use the shot glass that I got from Jules. And I got one of those cryptic messages from Matt. He, see, depending on what's going on, some of you are like, must be dissing me. During the day when I'm sitting on the couch doing nothing, I just can't always just jump on the phone. So I missed he was at the liquor store, and he said, "Which one of these do you want?" And it was the whole row of stuff from Lafroig, except for I did not see the cask strength in there. There was one I had never had, and my comical answer was just yes. And he said, "I got some beer, and you'll really like what I got." So I'm not even sure what that is. Right? Thank you, phone. Gotta hurry up and get through this so I can get to some more nuts. I'd be embarrassed if I showed you how many of the two that were in the big bowl. What's left in there? I have to replenish it from the bag. Clyde, why am I getting Facebook friend requests from John F. Kennedy Jr.? I thought he was dead. It's a good question. I thought he was too. Harmarsh, who the hell sleeps 10 hours? I sure don't. Mr. 27 said, ladies? Harmarsh, every time you talk about Olight, I see ads from it on my Fagbook page. Wow, I don't know why. Their company sucks ass so bad, they don't even want to take your money when you try to give it to them, let alone, respond to you on a form of a text, but let's not go there. Harmarsh, beautiful outro girl. Oh, I have to... Yesterday, your intro girl and your outro girl were both picked by Christine. I had the folder open upstairs, and she's scrolling. I go, fine. I go, you need to pick me two girls. One is going to be used for the intro, preferably the more tasteful one. And then I don't care as long as she's not naked for the outro. And then she's scanning through, and she's going, "Wow, she's really cute. I really like that outfit. Oh, those shoes." And then one of the ones that you sent me, a big-chested girl with no clothes on, and she goes, "Well, we probably can't use that one." And I go, "Yeah, well, Brad actually sent me that with the idea to take the bottle caps and put them over her nipples." And she goes, "You're gonna need some bigger bottle caps." So, Christine picked your intro and your outro girl yesterday. Poco, want to trade Huber brake for G17 parts. I don't even remember what you even have. Okay, fine. I'll. All you have is a ghost frame, or I believe. I don't know. I know. There's got to be at least some shit in there, Poco, because every single time I take and rebuild something, like this happened to be leaning up against the Mosin, so I just grabbed it. Some of you like it, some of you don't like it. This was another one that I just sent it on to Jay, and I just said, no mission, just do something cool. So, a G17, and Smile Money, I was goofing around with it earlier, so I have nothing in it. Actually, You know, this was a more expensive trigger, and I have to say, still, Steve, my favorite so far, believe it or not, of all of the Glock triggers, my favorites are the ones that he hooked me up with, and they are. I'm not exactly sure what the price of this guy was, but it's way more than half the price of the one that I bought from the Lone Wolf Ultimate that I have in my race gun, and just I mean, I had to go with this because the whole look on this guy was all gold. I still, again, what I love about what Jay does for me is unique. Let's put it this way, Jay. You haven't done a single thing that I said, oh, I'm going to have to take this over to the buffer wheel and start over, because I have... like I said, if I could afford to have you redo the 1006 and the 1066 just like the 645, that is just a 10. It's not even a 10. It's like a 12 and a half for me. I still have to get that gun. Out to the range and see. You know, the only thing left on the agenda for that one is possibly, and of course I respect where his limitations are. He doesn't have Jay didn't want to mess with the trigger on it, but maybe having Dusty up at Dead On do a trigger job on it, because what Dusty did to the 1066, I mean, for years, one of the most impressive triggers, and I have handed this gun to numerous of you that have been up to the shoots, and you're like, damn man, the trigger in your 1006 is unfreaking believable. The 1066, the trigger job that he did on the 1066, it just blows that one away. It's not even in the same category. The double action on it would probably make most people shit. And it's a sweet shooter. But yeah, in my I want to put money into a savings account, and when I can afford to, I really would like to have Dusty do a trigger job on the 454 Casull. I mean, it showed on that quarter challenge, putting a quarter on your sights and being able to pull the trigger and not have the quarter fall off of the gun. I was the most successful. I was more successful with the 454 than I was with my 686, and the 686 inherently has a better trigger. But the Taurus, I absolutely love shooting that gun. It's not going to be a carry gun, and I mean, it could possibly be a hunter, but as you guys know, I am not into the hunting sports. I mean, if the world got turned upside down and the only thing I could do was to collect meat, I'd learn how to shoot it, I'd learn how to skin it, and I'd just throw it on a frickin' fire and make a burger out of it. I mean, you do what you have to do when you get to that point, but as of right now, I'm into the firearm sports and continuing the love of our Second Amendment, and reminding our politicians that the Second Amendment was put there to make sure that your overreach never takes place. And just like I said the other day, we start that all off by being friendly, and we do it the proper way. But if you think the day is ever going to happen where you're going to come door to door and start collecting the firearms, you can have this. It's just going to be really warm, and it'll be laying next to my dead body. Poco, I would if that is a 1/2 by 28 Huber break, I would be interested. And I'm not saying that I'm going to get motivated now. I've got so much shit going on right now between my life, other stuff, and of course David Brown's going to be here tomorrow. And if you really know David, you don't. He's probably well. We'll just assume that he doesn't hear me say this. David has been more than a role model in a very short amount of time, and he means the world to me and Christine. And the one thing that you never do to people that you truly care about is to disappoint them. So I hope tomorrow's show, it'd be awesome if tomorrow's show is in the stratosphere, and we if we can break 1,591, if it's 92 live listeners. But to me, the real goal is to get David to stop giving the damn books away and to have people actually buy them so that he can see the fruits of his labors. If you have read his book, if you read the very first book, I know that you bought the second one, the third one, and you're online to buy the fourth one. And always go through his website, because he, I'm just going to throw a name out there because I know, like John Solar. John absolutely loves the books, and then thought they were so just... David makes you look at yourself without realizing that you're looking at yourself. You may think you're just reading, some thrasher from Duluth, Minnesota, who, as a kid was knocked around by a father with alcohol and anger issues, and David ended up fighting alcoholism and problem after problem after problem, and him and John Solar are competing to see who can have more ex-wives, and the one really telling thing about David, and if you read the books, is not only the ability for you to somewhere in there you start to look at yourself. It's like one of the most incredible self-help books that you'll never probably see on the self-help shelf at your Barnes and Noble. But it would just I can't even say what it would mean if the day would come where the recognition was truly there, instead of like what it is right now. It is for the lack of words, it is a cult following. It is if for some reason you ended up with that first book in your hand, you're gonna follow David forever. And David makes it very easy to be reachable. He puts his name out there, Facebook out there, his phone number. If you are having a dark moment or a dark thought, David's already told me, if you ever hear of anybody that needs help, just give them my damn number. They can call me. I will talk to them. I will help them. But David, maybe if you're sitting there with a revolver in your mouth, he's going to handle you with kid gloves, but you're not going to fix yourself by having somebody rub honey on that wound. It's going to be someone like David who is going to rub broken glass and rubbing alcohol into that wound. He is going to make you a better person. So I'm very much looking forward to the show, and again, I've had a hard time myself putting the fourth book down. Again, I read the first one completely, and I was just like, wow, and I'm like a walking example of ADD. I've never to me, I get obsessed with some like Tom Clancy. He's about the only person. Tom Clancy novels in my past and on my bookshelf, and the Gunslinger, the Dark Tower series, and I've read only a couple of those, and I know there's even a lot more of those. So I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible about reading. J-Dog, I'm with you. If David's books were all in audiobook form, just boom, bang, $5, whatever, Cobra. I would every moment I'm in my truck or I'm laying in bed waiting to go to sleep, I'd have all these books already down. I don't know if I'm a normal person. Well, that I know I'm not. For me, I've always equated two things to being the same to me: marijuana and books. The only thing that they really do for me is they make me fall asleep. But I'm trying to get Alter Egos done so that I can fully discuss things. And this book just seems like if I haven't finished it, I am missing. I feel that I feel like this book is I'm being pushed all the way to the cliff, and something is going to happen between now and the end, and I need to get there before David gets here tomorrow. So Poco, yeah, I don't know what I have that I could sweeten the deal, because anything that I have that's 5.56 right now, and I know Stephen Bush, you'll probably be kind of disappointed to hear me say this, but if I had another Huber brake, I'd probably put it on the 24-inch. But the tanker one that's on there, I remember shooting that, and it was pretty non-eventful. So that means the brake is usually doing something. I mean, when you can take something like a 7.5-inch, that's actually kind of big because I'm Irish and it's cold here a lot of times. But take something like a 7.5-inch barrel on my AR pistol and put a Huber brake on it and do the whole low mass thing that I did. The opposite of what Travis that you recommended. The opposite of what you recommended, Travis. I went for the whole low mass operating system and a Huber brake, and my AR pistol. It makes a lot of noise, but it doesn't make a lot of push. And I credit all of that to the Huber brake. I mean, here's a case in point. I know a lot of you are disappointed when I put this brake on here, because I used to have the big badass the 1-inch. And I have to admit, it was, fairly pronounced. But what I like about this that John made for me is not only did he make it look like Damascus, but because it's sleek, it just... I don't want to take this off here. Not to mention, a little bit of work went into the timing of this so that I didn't have to have any kind of a washer on it. J-Dog, here. Cobra, B4. B4 is a miss. And I'm writing Cobra. Ooh, so far my liver likes this game. Cobra, Biden called for a moment of silence for all of the 400,000 COVID deaths. They cut to the stadium and it was not silent, to say the least. Like they didn't even see the message, or they didn't care. Okay. Well, see, I watched none of the game. I mean, nothing against. If you're a sports person, I know it runs through your veins and you're all into it. But going 3 years back, when these overpaid pansy-ass babies bitched about racism and this, that, and the other thing, well, you know what? I wish I had your money and I could be where you were. It's just terrible that you're so repressed. That black is just not working out for you. That you, I mean, what color Lamborghini to get? Fuck. I mean, shit. Okay, I lose. Sorry, Smile Money. Cobra, fanny pack sounds like nothing fancy. Yeah, it does. Steve, I nuked the whole grid. Drink up. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. Mr. 27 says, yes, nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Yeah, great movie. Steven says back to him, of course, we have a liver to pickle. Mr. 27 says, Brew Bomi mostly sleeps at night. Mostly. Steven says he needs to sleep in the bathroom floor in front of the toilet. No, we don't. Zeus, grid, D5, fire on, boom. D5. And D5 is a miss. And I'm just going to put a big Z, Zeus, because you own the Z category. Zippy! 9898. What's up? What's up? You remember? You remember those? What's up? What's up? No, me either. Just hanging out. Thanks. Wade, I just had an epiphany. What if you boiled peanuts without the shells? I'll let you know what happens. Now you have my attention. It's going to be an experiment because I believe those shells keep them from getting overly mushy. Another thing that I learned, the ones that came in the bag, the great big Texas ones, a lot more of those break in half, and if you don't use one of the shells is to try to clear it out, it just, and the weird thing is, Wade, it almost seems like the less mushy the peanut is, the more flavor it has. Now, how this is happening, I do not know. You break open a shell and no water pours out, the nut inside, I said nut inside, but nut inside, easily. The nut inside is a little bit more firm. I mean, all I'm saying is it's not mushy, and it seems like it has more frickin' flavor. How this is happening, I don't know. The ones that you crack them open and it's like, oh my God, it's like a gallon of broth is inside this closed shell. There was no cracks, no seams, no nothing to split. It's all mushy. It breaks in half. You gotta like play the break it out game. Now that has not happened one time with the nuts that I did right here, those Potter's nuts. Not one time. And I don't think it ever happened at all with those ones that somebody sent me from Georgia. Just saying. But the rate in which I am going, I think this Saturday probably or Sunday morning will be another batch, which means I'm going to need to order some of those porters because so far I'm the most impressed with those. And I am not going to break the tea bag of flavor apart, but I am going to supplement a few of my own things, recipe from Wade, and some heat. I think so that maybe I don't wreck it, I will start with one or two, I'm not quite sure, one or two of the dried Reaper peppers. Just drop the whole pepper in to the mix. Wade, I got peanuts, or I get peanuts from our food commissary. Remember, boiled peanuts are a staple snack food here. Oh yeah. Mr. 27 says, ooh, battle shots. Or bottle ship. Don't try to change this shit on me. Don't try to confuse me. Mr. 27 says, one battle shot guess per review, Brewbomi. Yes, I would prefer it was one. Or I don't know what's going to happen if someone. I'm going to accept your first one. Tell you what, that's a rule as we're moving forward. Thank you, Mr. 27. He says A7. Ooh, isn't that an Audi? A7. Ooh, Mr. 27, the first getting on the board. That is a hit. And I am going to write Mr. 27. And Mr. 27, that was the Akantoshan. Congratulations, Mr. 27. Oh, and I just want to throw this out there. I have everything that is sitting on this shelf in the game, which means Octomore 9.3, Octomore 10.3, and the Chivas Regal are in there. And I take full control over how much of each thing that I am drinking. Because if, and again, I did not preview your comments, so my liver and me could coordinate this. Right now I could already be in dangerous territory if there's a bunch more of you. But I will not be doing full shots, to say the least, of the 9.3 and the 10.3. Unless, of course, I got some really good news prior to that day, then I'll be happy to party with you. Mr. 27, congratulations for the first hit on one of the bottle ships. I almost grabbed that bottle for Clyde's request. So we won't be revisiting that one. Mr. 27, 46. DFC, top 50 biatches. DFC. Mr. 27, you can't borrow something that is borrowed in my book. You hold on to that borrowed item. Well, yeah, if it's borrowed, the last thing you should ever do is, if I went over to Matt and I said, hey, can I borrow your Desert Eagle? Or, even better yet, his 10mm Springfield. That's the one I would actually like to take off his hands. The price of admission, though. He's standing his ground, and I'm standing my ground, so we both meet in different neighborhoods. But it's a 5-inch 10mm, and I don't have one that looks exactly like that. I mean, I don't have any at all right now because, they all, except for the ghost gun. Fuck them. Screw them. Boy, maybe this would help if I had the swear jar. Mr. 27. What kind of bag do you use for those peanuts? Well, that's a good question, Mr. 27, because they were purchased like that. It's just I don't know. Maybe Wade could answer this question. I'm assuming it would have to be a food grade thing. I try not to move it around too much because if I did drop this on the counter, you would see some of the spices. The little spice thing is right in the middle, and of course I wouldn't have known that until I actually opened it. But in theory, you could. But this makes it a lot easier because I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, weighed, but I like the fact that I can just pull the bag out, dump out the liquid, and then I put these right into one of my one into my like Tupperware like bowls. Yeah, I don't know. I know you can get stuff like this, food grade for like filtration. If you're some cooking requires you to transfer stuff, and you would filter out more of the debris and end up with just the broth. And I don't know if it's something similar to that, but no. When you go to eBay and do a search for porters, I mean, I have a link in the video that I did. You can buy you might be able to buy one at a time, but trust me, you're not going to want to do that. I may not be as southern as Wade, but I feel that I feel like with what I like, first of all, your way of life, how you treat people, the foods that I like, the snacks, the way of life, and definitely the weather. I feel that I am a southern boy stuck in the north. I mean, I could easily spend my time. I mean, I guess we got farms up here, but if you got a farm in the south, you're definitely growing more shit than up here, because it's like up here, it's like, wait. No, wait. No, just wait. Matter of fact, get back to me in like 5 months. Because then you can start planning some shit. Hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
The current temperature in Duluth is -3 degrees. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's -10.
This morning, when I got in my truck, it said negative.
Sorry, I can't give weather information for the past yet.
How about tomorrow?
In Duluth tomorrow, expect a high of -4 and a low of -20.
Okay, thank you. Hey, tell me a dirty joke.
Here's a dirty joke. What did one broom say to the other? Have you heard the latest dirt? Apparently the vacuum cleaner bit the dust.
Okay, tell me a funny joke.
Why was the cheetah so bad at hide and seek? No matter where she hid, she was always spotted.
Okay, that was really funny. I'm about to hurt myself, so let's stop this.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Gunwild says, I like Cobra's idea of a bug-out bag, but since we have a illegitimate president in office, it should be called the Biden out bag. Hey Google, was our presidential election stolen?
I don't understand.
Okay, well, go back to your people and inform them that yes, the election was stolen. Gunwild, every time I hear Bon Bon, I think of Peggy Bundy for some reason. I don't, but Katie Seagal, I don't care what anybody says, I think she is hot as hell. And in Sons of Anarchy, Gunwild. Hashtag liberalism is a mental disorder. Hashtag Biden is not my president. Hashtag red mist. Gunwild, thank you. Sharky, I have to go with my car, an A5 for a sip. I like the battleship style game. A5. Ooh. A5, Sharky, is a hit. And it is the Appleton Estates rum. Well played. I never thought about actually laying out the grid that it was significant for certain numbers. NIHAP, this is not fucking working out for me. Yes, I swore, Smile Money, so fucking sue me. It's only because more people are playing. NIHAP's like, well, there's more opportunity for misses. Yeah, well, there's more opportunity for hits. Sharky, the wave pattern on a katana sword is not because of two different steels. It's the same steel folded tons of times. They add a clay to change the heat treatment to the edge. Is hard and sharp, while the back of the sword is softer and more springy. Crazy Japanese. Oh, you have no idea how badly. I've already told Christine, and then of course I told Jay at Elite Ammunition, if we ever hit the lottery and have money where you go, what the hell are we going to do with all this damn money? Well, of course, Christine and me, we have a list of everybody that we want to make sure. You know, people that are our friends now, not the new ones that you create when you're rich. I will, no matter how much money it takes, I will go on a vacation to Japan. Christine, if you want to come, that's fine, but I would prefer that it was like a boys' trip. And I'm thinking Jay from Elite Ammunition for sure. Sharky, you would be on the reservation list. JR10 Desert Gold, I would see. Now I don't want this. No, don't be offended if you're not on the list, because I'm fucking filthy ass rich, and we'll do some shit in the future. Because I have found that when we have our get-togethers, the smaller groups are better, because I spend more time with people that I love and appreciate. And when you start getting the groups way too big, it starts to get out of hand. So, JJ and Sharky and me, we take a trip. And we go to Japan, and we have the master of all masters make us exactly what we want. And I have always wanted, and then of course it's just like, you know, if you're filthy rich, you know, I was listening to a show this morning, and they're talking about, oh, you get so rich that, you know, you got your guy that's got the your helicopter pilot flies you to the guy that flies you in the jet. Fudge that. If I had that kind of money, I want to fly the helicopter. I want to be a licensed pilot and fly the jet that I own. I mean, I'm sorry. I've never been the guy that wants to sit in the back while someone caters my ass around. I want to be the reason that we nosedived into the Alps. So, yes, filthy ass rich. We're going. I'm buying. And we're having custom katana swords, whatever you want. But I just, and then I want to be able to use that. Master that art. Gun Glutton. You and Matt should review Delta 8. It's weed, but it's 100% legal. Hey Google, what is Delta 8?
According to Wikipedia, delta-8 tetrahydrocannabinol is a psychoactive cannabinoid found in the cannabis plant. It is an isomer of delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, the compound commonly known as THC. Delta-8 THC has antiemetic, anxiolytic, orexigenic, analgesic, and neuroprotective properties.
Is it legal?
On the website rollingstone.com, they say, Delta-8 THC, a less potent cousin of famed Delta-9 THC, is legal enough to sell in most states.
Shit, sign me up for that. Can we get that on Amazon?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay. Check out, baby. I'm done with you. Smile money. Dang, I typed Hornet Fixer is not my president and it was deleted. Really? Smile money. Sharky, my bet. Oh, God. You know, now I know Sharky will be, or Sharky, Smile money. The descriptors. Now, I think, and I'm not a rum fan, but then again, my experience with rum has always been shit like Captain Morgan. The Appleton Estates is outstanding to drink. But it smells like what is that? It smells like contact cement. But then again, one of my favorite Scotch is Ardbeg, and it is like a petroleum product. I mean, it almost smells like, you know, like tar or some kind of like a tire company. Appleton Estates does it just it psychologically I lose the game because it's like it smells like contact cement. Now, I did not purchase the most expensive of the offerings, and I know I've been told to get this and get that, and okay. Sharky, my bet, the leftovers in the spice bag are peppercorns, chili flakes, and other stuff that's not a powder to start with. Could be because the batch, the nuts from Texas, there's all that. There's the everything you just mentioned. Please go ahead and figure out the recipe from known ingredients. That would allow me to make it over here. Raw peanuts in the shell I can get over here. The Instapot I'm eyeballing is on back order over here at the importer. Mid-March is the target. Sharky, did you see Wade's recipe? If not, I will send it to you. I will send it to you. Usually because there's a lot of alcohol always involved. Okay, letting that load. Mr. 27. Hey Google, what does a gay robot sound like?
I don't have a sound for that yet.
Could you make one up?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey, make a weird sound.
Let the haunting begin.
Come on, you are fake news. Okay, you fake news.
Hey Google, exactly how long would that run?
Sorry, I don't understand.
If I wanted you to make haunting sounds, how long would it go?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Okay, thank you. See, that would be quite helpful on Halloween. Put the bitch out on the porch. And Mr. 27, what the hell? Sharky, SH, the Brew Babe was in the lead favor, but the Ultra Babes behind, and the bike made it a tie. So yes, both the bike. Oh, 2 to go. Smile Money, I appreciate your modified position at the end of the video. If times call for a different action, hopefully it will be by states after they feel the will of the people. You know, yeah. And I already see some states are leaning in the direction of or should I say anti-deep state. But no, I won't change my feelings on that. I feel if we go violent, we actually play into the hands of the deep state. By design, they want us fighting with each other. That way, you're looking over there while they are over there taking your sovereign rights away. So, no, I don't want to fall into their game. I don't want this to be a straight up revolution. Now, use your mind, use your will, use your voice, use your emails, your text, your representatives, and make sure that we stay on the right course. I would prefer that. If all else fails, seven 6478. Last comment, Cobra SH. Okay. I'm not sure if I should authorize any bottle ship to take place in the after party. Standing in for Two Hearted Ale is going to be Crushed Velvet. When I flinged it, I threw some shit on the, never mind. Vanilla Stout with real Madagascar vanilla bean from Falling Knife. Where do I put this on the E-scale? It's not bad. It's drinkable. I don't regret that it's a 4-pack or that they're big cans, because I love big cans. No disrespect for Falling Knife, but overall I would give you an 8.5. And I possibly would get it again at 8.5. Right now I'd really like to have somebody's nuts in my mouth. Okay, let's go to the club. Okay, now if somebody really wanted to put the knife in the ship, being able to do it in the club. See, now you wouldn't have heard me say this, so no. Bottle ship does not happen in the club. First in, Harmarsh. Two-Hearted Ale Club and the Sunny Slopes of Longo. Cheers, clubbers. Harmarsh, my brother. Cheers. I gotta get that knife to you. The borders were open. Drive that bitch up there. Rich Huff, cheers, clubbers. Rich, cheers. Didn't Scourge. J10 for JR10. No, I'm gonna have to hold. I'm gonna have to hold. Let me just see. Let me check something here. It would speed it up, though, wouldn't it? Okay, that's a question. A question for the tribe here. Little Indian lingo. Seems how I got booted for 7 days from Fagbook for I don't know, something funny. Should bottle ship exist in the club? I'm kind of leaning towards yes. I don't know. You guys vote. I'm going to accept this one. J10 for JR10. But, that's like 2 in a day. This could really... J10, Didn't Scourge, is a miss. This is NIHAP. This is not working out for me. Gunwild, cheers, clubbers. Gunwild. Andy R, where the hell have you been? Hey E, what up? Been a while since I commented, but I've been watching here and there. Andy, I appreciate that, man. And I can say to Andy, welcome back. Hey, not much. I'm going with hey, Andy. What the hell? Andy, do you have any new videos? 3 years ago. Damn it. Oh, they unrung the bell too. Well, that doesn't matter. I'm subscribed. Andy R, you've got 7 subs. Well, cheers, my friend. And thank you, Andy. I'm going to hit the refresh button one time, and then I'm going to get out of here before my liver quits. Smile money. Smile money. Your reface used the F word. Yeah, well, fuck. Smile money. Oh, cheers, clubbers. I'm not even going to hit the button again. Smile money stands as the last comment. I will not be here tomorrow. Smile money. I know it's supposed to be show prep, and it's not that I don't want to do show prep, but it has I have that little thing, thanks to the fact that I have had multiple trips to the C word, and I get to meet my doctor tomorrow. So I can't drink unless I did it from his office. That would be interesting, though.